For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
The 6th-round junior middleweight fight. The judges are Jack Morrell, Paul Barry, Don Trella, referee Mike Ryan. And in the red corner, with a record of 5-2, from Fall River, Massachusetts, Dustin Reinhold. And in the blue corner, with a record of 7-0, from Brooklyn, New York, DELEN Parsley.
Nothing but boos for DeLen Parsley. That's because he's from Brooklyn and his opponent is from Fall River, Mass.
Why would they boo Brooklyn?
I would never boo Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Some last-minute tape jobs on Dustin Reinhold's left glove. Let's go to the tail of the tape right now, Brian.
At 6'3" Parsley usually fights as if he's 5'9". Let's see if he can ignore the urge to fight, get on the outside, and use that height and reach advantage.
All right, here we go. Last time out, DeLen Parsley on Broadway Boxing fought one of the best fights we've ever had on this series when he beat Boyd Melson, both fighters on the floor in that fight. And Dustin Reinhold, we saw him turn pro a little bit over 3 years ago with a win in a bout we did in Worcester, Mass. He's 5-2 now. And with that huge reach advantage, as Brian said, it's up to DeLen Parsley to try to use that jab. He likes to follow with the right hand.
Dustin Reinhold threw maybe 2-3 punches, and the tape came loose on his glove.
That's the same glove they were working on before the start of the fight.
Again, Parsley always have the desire to stand on the inside and fight. You should just be sticking a jab, luring guys in, dropping that long right hand.
All right, we sort of start again here. See Reinhold with a little bit of head movement, trying to get close.
Nice short, sneaky right hand by Reinhold.
Dustin Reinhold's a tough guy. Told me yesterday at the weigh-in that he broke his hand about 3 years ago, but it wasn't in a fight. At least not in a fight in a ring. He's 36 years old, 5'9".
What I can see early is Parsley, you can tell he's been in the gym trying to work on using the jab and keeping guys on the outside. But look at his posture. He's still in a fight posture.
You mean hunched over a little bit?
Correct. Ready to just bite down and fight. He's still in that posture.
Well, you have to wonder how a fighter like DeLen Parsley at 6'3" could make 154 pounds. I can't think of too many other 6'3" junior middleweights. But he did say yesterday that this will be his last fight at this weight.
Correct.
And he's moving up to middleweight.
He struggled the past couple fights to make this weight. He's a little overweight for this fight. So it's time for him to move up and get acclimated to the next weight class.
2 jabs missed by Parsley.
Because he's not committing to the jab. He's jabbing and moving at the same time, as opposed to settle down, stiff jab, and then step away. But he has to make the shorter guy pay when he get close. See, watch Parsley. He's jabbing, inching backwards. As soon as Reinhold get close right there, nothing comes from Parsley. He needs to drop that straight right hand or land that short uppercut on the inside.
Yeah, the uppercut would be an interesting punch with Reinhold coming in and bobbing and weaving, making his head drop down. A pretty quiet round 1 here.
Which means Parsley won a round. It was quiet.
We begin round 2 here at House of Blues in Boston. Steve Farhood along with Brian Adams ringside. We're looking at DeLen Parsley from Brooklyn. He's 7-0. An exceptionally tall junior middleweight. And the fighter punching uphill is Dustin Reinhold. He's in the red and white trunks. He's 5-2 with 2 KOs from Fall River, Massachusetts.
And I thought it was a good first round for DeLen Parsley. I thought he kept the tempo relatively slow, which means he's on the outside and not much was happening. So as long as the action is slow, then that means Parsley is controlling the fight.
Now Parsley answers with a left hook to the body. And Reinhold apparently thought it was low. Reinhold's been banging the body this round as well.
That's because Parsley's given him the opportunities. Look, Parsley's standing in front of him, earmuffs on, allowing Reinhold to sneak some shots in every now and then.
Well, whether those punches are effective by Reinhold or not, I don't think it's a good idea for a fighter as tall as Parsley to allow his opponent free shots, even if he's blocking them.
Absolutely, because let's just say, for instance, Reinhold lands a tempo shot, then Parsley will be in big trouble. That punch, that left hook was low from Parsley.
Yeah, that was on the white, anyway, of Reinhold's trunks. As you might imagine, Parsley can get a lot of leverage on his punches. Only has the 2 KOs and 7 wins.
That's because most tall guys, they get their punching power on the end of their shots. Parsley stays on the inside, so he don't allow his long shots to do the damage they can do.
Well, you see now he's trying to establish distance. Not using that right hand very much, though.
Because he's too square. He's not in position to land a long right hand. He's very square. Jabs and hooks, pretty much the only things he can throw right now.
Good jab by Parsley there.
But he needs to position his body just a tad more to the left side so he can land a long right hand.
Parsley went down and got some good leverage on that left hook. The right hand grazes Reinhold's chin. It's important for Reinhold not to get discouraged.
I think it's safe to say that won't happen.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy, comes forward. He wants to make this a fight.
We have gone 2 here at the House of Blues. We begin round 3 here at the House of Blues. Junior middleweight scheduled for 6 rounds. DeLen Parsley in the black and gold. He's the tall fighter. Dustin Reinhold in the red and white. He's looking up.
And Reinhold's body posture came out as if he's going to get close. He's going to make this a slugfest. He's trying to get closer. It'd be a good idea if Reinhold, threw a jab, threw something to try to blind Parsley.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. To apply pressure without jabbing is very, very difficult. You got to work your way in.
It could be done, don't get me wrong. You'll be a bobblehead in the process, but it could be done.
Well, for the first time in this fight, Parsley laying on the ropes and letting Reinhold work. Reinhold has some swelling under his right eye.
And this is the pitfall of Parsley, allowing the opponent to get close and throw punches.
Reinhold apparently complaining that there was a butt. And is he cut under the right eye? I believe he is.
Hey, did Reinhold just call timeout?
I didn't think there were timeouts in boxing.
I know rules change, but...
Yeah, there is some blood coming out of a cut under the right eye of Reinhold. And he indicated to the referee he was complaining about it.
Now, this is where Parsley should develop a left hook and work on that eye. But Reinhold is doing a good job in terms of trying to smother Parsley and push Parsley backwards.
That time, Parsley greets Reinhold's aggressiveness with a right hand underneath. I'd still like to see more jabs. Less of the high guard of Parsley and more jabs. Why shouldn't he be jabbing all the time? 30, 40, 50 around.
Hey, Parsley wants to show everybody how tough he is. He can be tough.
Well, he showed that last time on Broadway Boxing when he decisioned Boyd Melson.
But you know what? Your career won't last too long if you keep being tough. So Parsley should ask himself, did I get into this to be tough? Or did I get into this for a career?
Well, the problem right now for Dustin Reinhold is that when he does get inside, he hasn't really landed anything of note in this fight. He's worked at times to the body. Right hand there by Parsley. And right hand answer by Reinhold.
Right, Reinhold's inability to capitalize on getting close.
Reinhold's lost balance 2 or 3 times. Clearly a push there. One adjustment Reinhold might be making twice this round, he's throwing overhand rights, trying to get a little more distance on that punch. We've gone 3 here at the House of Blues.
Nice long right hand to punctuate this round.
We begin round 4 here. Steve Farhood and Brian Adams at the House of Blues in Boston, right across the street from Fenway Park. And DELEN Parsley from Brooklyn. He's the invader here. He's wearing the gold and black trunks. Dustin Reinhold from Fall River, Mass. He's in the white and red trunks. And while Reinhold's done some work to the body, he's really not landed anything of note here. Now he's banging downstairs. He gets inside, but really only because DELEN Parsley's letting him get inside. Yeah.
Correct. And again, that doesn't show, that shows you're tough, but it doesn't show much smarts by allowing guys to just come in and punch.
There's a good 1-2 by Parsley.
But listen, if you establish a stiff, consistent jab, more opponents will respect you. And Parsley needs to really establish a jab. Reinhold has no respect. He's coming in at him without even throwing punches.
But perhaps not enough of a sense of urgency from Reinhold. I don't see how you could give him. Have you given him any of the first 3 rounds, Brian?
I have not.
Yeah, I don't think you can. It's not that Parsley's been that effective, but Reinhold having difficulty landing anything of note. You see when he throws those body shots, now he's mixing it up, trying to rat-a-tat, little shoe shine. But right hand there by Reinhold to the head.
Right, just about to say, just because he's throwing volume punches and DeLen is playing defense, he can steal this round.
Well, they're waking up the crowd now. It's getting a little heated in there for the first time in this scheduled 6-rounder. We have a sellout crowd here at the House of Blues. They want to see some action. Parsley bangs to the body a little bit. And when you see a tall fighter like Parsley, when he jabs, does he bring it back, and does he bring it back quickly?
But he doesn't throw a stiff jab. He doesn't throw the jab that controls you. Nice body shot on the inside by Reinhold.
And a left hook also by Reinhold. Fourth round here has had the best action of the fight. We mentioned Reinhold cut on the inside of the, underneath the right eye. Doesn't seem to be a factor right now. There's a nice right hand by Parsley.
But he
Not
dropped
a lot
the right
on
hand. Yeah, he dropped the right hand, looked at him and stepped away. No left hook. Reinhold is doing exactly what he should be doing, just moving forward, trying to throw punches, trying to get the crowd into it.
Round 4 here has Dustin Reinhold stolen the round. And we begin round 5. Nice left hook to the body by Parsley, and a big right hand by Parsley.
That's what I mean. You have to make guys pay when invading your territory. Taller man, controls the real estate, make a guy pay when he tries to come in.
Well, Reinhold's going to have to turn it up a whole nother notch if he's going to stay in this fight. Right now, Parsley controlling the ring. He's been against the ropes, I think, twice in this fight. 18-foot ring.
By choice. But I thought the last round, Dustin Reinhold did steal that round.
Well, his volume was the highest of any round in the fight, for sure. And that very often could sway the judges by itself. He who punches most often wins the round. A lot of times that's the case. But Reinhold not particularly busy right now. He's having trouble getting to Parsley.
Yeah, he's actually following Parsley around, not cutting the ring off. And if he has studied Parsley, he would understand that all he had to do is cut Parsley off and Parsley would stand and fight.
Well, this is certainly a lot more of a controlled effort from Parsley than we had it last time on Broadway Boxing when he was in an out-and-out brawl with Boyd Melson. Both fighters were on the floor. Melson undefeated coming in, and Parsley remained undefeated, beating Melson in one of the best fights we've ever had on the Broadway Boxing series. This much more of a boxing effort from Parsley.
And Parsley, before the Boyd Melson fight, he fought up in Foxwoods, controlled the fight, won every round. And everybody said they were impressed with that performance. I thought he did a lot of things wrong. I was very impressed with the Boyd Melson performance, only because he showed some form of intelligence against the southpaw. He showed character by not folding after getting hurt early.
Right hand misses by Reinhold.
But again, he just wasn't, but he's just not consistently smart.
Well, here's a question, Brian, and I'd be curious because we've talked about his style and how he should fight. If he jabs and stays on the outside, he's going to control the fight and maybe win his fights, but he's not going to excite anybody. So how do you balance exciting people by getting into fights and using your height and reach that God gave you and staying on the outside in boxing as perhaps you should?
Listen, double-edged sword. He has the fighter's mentality, right? So let me switch right now and talk about another tall guy who was a boxer but excited people, Tommy Hearns. Because he stood, he worked that stiff jab, and when you came inside, he made you pay. When Hearns hit you with that right hand, you paid. So Parsley, he has the ability to make guys pay when they come in. He's just not doing it.
1 round to go here at the House of Blues. And here we go. In Brian Adams' card, at least, Dustin Reinhold needs a huge 6th round. Probably a knockdown or 2 or a knockout.
And there's always that opportunity fighting Parsley because in any given moment, he can go flat-footed and fight you. And just picking back up on the conversation we had regarding how can Parsley be exciting, but yet dominate a fight. Box. The more people say how boring you are, that means they're paying attention to you. And they're watching you. They may not like the performance, but if they come out each fight and watch you be boring, that's all that matters. And once you get to 15-0, 20-0, then they got to really take notice.
Well, right now, Parsley taking notice of Reinhold's aggressiveness, but Parsley bouncing on the balls of his feet, staying on the outside. Reinhold wants to apply pressure, but he's letting Parsley dictate the ring geography here.
And that's the key there. He's allowing Parsley to, as you said, dictate the space.
There have been times in this fight when Dustin Reinhold's let his hands go in combination, but it's really been only 1 or 2 flurries per round. And I don't believe that's been enough, and Brian doesn't either. Right hand there by Parsley.
But because Parsley's so square, those right hands are not taking effect on Reinhold. Because he's driving down on the punches, but he's just too square.
Is he square before he throws it, or
Correct.
because he throws it?
Combination.
Because I'm looking at him now. His left foot's pretty far in front of his right.
He's in good position there and no right hand. So it's a balanced situation with Parsley. See, when he's in position to drop the right hand, he don't drop it.
Parsley lets the right hand go. It flies over Reinhold's head. Reinhold got inside there for a moment, but Parsley escaped. And there's Reinhold letting his hands go. But again, because Parsley let him, because Parsley was stationary. There's that overhand right. That's a punch I think Reinhold should have used more of. Left hand to the body by Parsley, but right hand back by Reinhold. There's a nice combination, a right upstairs and then a right uppercut by Parsley.
And he may have gotten Dustin Reinhold's attention with that body shot. Reinhold took a deep breath on the inside.
Right hand flush by Parsley.
But no left hooks behind it.
Well, the last half of the 6th round might have been the best part of this fight for DeLen Parsley, and we believe that he won this fight on points. We'll see if he did. They've gone 6 here on Broadway Boxing.
Judge Don Trella has it 56-58. Judge Paul Berry has it 56-58. And Judge Jack Morrell has it 55-59. By unanimous decision, in the blue corner, DELEN Parsley.